This conference will now be recorded.
Good day from Canada to all the delegates at the Organizational Excellence Seminar that's being hosted by Solomon Zakeo at EMS Global. I've been practicing in the organizational excellence area for quite some time and working with organizations across sectors to improve performance. Today, I'm concentrating on populating the world with professionals that can work in organizational excellence, transfer knowledge to others, and work with organizations to improve their performance. I'm proud to have Solomon as one of our licensed professionals at Organizational Excellence Specialists. Improving performance can take many forms. It could be getting a business off to a good start, helping an organization to address an issue, improve a key management area, put a good management system in place, measure performance, get good results across a balanced system measurement. When working in the organizational excellence area, two very important topics are assessment and benchmarking. These are both powerful undertakings for leaders in business, and this short presentation will share why. Before we get started, I'd like to provide a little bit of background. I'm speaking to you from Vancouver Island on the west coast of Canada. You can see it is quite a different distance from where you are located in Tanzania. And here's a picture of me to go along with the voice. Solomon has referred to my positions with global boards and committees in the excellence arena, and it is important to note that these positions allow me to remain close to what is taking place in organizational excellence and to contribute to the field. From a global perspective, Organizational Excellence Specialist is a small business, but influential, as the publication has filled a gap in the literature, and the accompanying toolkit is making the excellence journey for organizations more simple, straightforward, time efficient, and cost effective. This is particularly important for micro, small, and medium-sized organizations, as they have been left out of the conversation to date, given the resources required to pursue and attain excellence. At Organizational Excellence Specialists, we are trying to change that by automating repetitive tasks and using a proven methodology that engages and involves everyone in the organization and invites them to participate in the excellence journey. When I think about assessment and benchmarking, one of my favorite quotes is by Thomas Huxley. He said, "The rung of the ladder was never meant to rest upon, but only to hold a man's foot long enough to enable him to put the other one somewhat higher." To me, this quote describes the excellence journey and what business must do to move from where they are now to where they want to be, one step at a time. As consultants and trainers, when we work with organizations to improve their performance, we use a strategic approach. We ask, what is the organization's vision, mission, goals, and objectives? What is their current state and their desired future state? And then we help them to move from where they are today to where they want to be tomorrow by using a combination of discussion, training, assessment, improvement planning, benchmarking, and coaching. Assessment provides a snapshot of the business with regards to its current state. What is going well? What needs to improve? How is that organization doing on the principles or the culture of excellence? How are they doing on the key management areas where all the best management practices reside? And how are they measuring performance? What should they measure? How do they strike a balanced system of measurement? The assessment generates an action-oriented improvement plan. As the organization is implementing the improvement plan, we establish measures that will provide feedback on the way the business is performing. For instance, the quality of the product or service that's being provided, customer satisfaction, employee satisfaction, financial results. And working with employees to examine and improve work processes, we welcome ideas and suggestions because it's these ideas and suggestions that result in 95% of improvement that takes place. Internal benchmarking allows us to monitor these improvements over time. And while we're doing this, it's really important to test the changes to processes. It's important to remember that 25% of the time, a change will result in improvement or be positive. But 50% of the time, the change will be neutral, and 25% of the time, it will be negative. Looking outside the organization is important too. There is much to learn from other organizations, particularly high-performing ones. When we learn from other organizations, this is called external benchmarking. For example, we may wish to learn from an organization that is very good at attracting and retaining employees. What is this organization doing that results in being an employer of choice? Then we can think about what we have learned and what we can apply to our own business. Then we can make those changes and test whether the changes result in improvement and implement those changes that have a positive impact. When we do external benchmarking, we use a 4-phase approach that includes planning. This is where we identify business process or function to be benchmarked, find benchmarking partners, and decide on a protocol. Next, we do analysis, where we collect data, analyze performance gaps. After that, we take action. We communicate findings, set targets, implement specific improvement actions. And last but not least, we review, identify our learning points, evaluate the benefits of the process, and monitor improvements. Generally, we seek out benchmarking partners by interviewing best-in-class organizations, conducting research on bpir.com, and working with the Global Benchmarking Network members that represent other countries that can put us in touch with good benchmarking partners or examples. A major benchmarking project that we're working on right now is the first global assessment on the current state of organizational excellence. This is a very large project my company has taken on voluntarily. We have been asking organizations around the world to participate by self-assessing against the principles and best management practices of the Organizational Excellence Framework. Over 1,000 organizations have participated to date, and we have been aggregating the results by size, industry sector, and geographical region. These results are telling us about the extent to which organizations have a culture committed to excellence and have deployed the best management practices. Did you know there are quite a few organizations from Tanzania that have participated in this study? This is due to the great work done by Solomon to invite respondents. And with more participation, we will soon have a good snapshot of current state and be able to work with organizations to build on their strengths and address opportunities for improvement. These results will be beneficial to the working population at large. For example, a government delivering programs and services for industry, or businesses providing products or services to customers, even associations deciding what programs and services to add value for members, and educational institutions developing programs for students that will be relevant to future employers. Here is the real-time results that for those that have completed the full assessment. On the principles or culture of excellence, we can see the highest ratings are for leadership involvement and focus on the customer, and the lowest ratings are for prevention-based process management and data-based decision-making. And here are the aggregate results on the key management areas. You can see the highest ratings are for customers and governance, and the lowest ratings are for planning, suppliers and partners, and resource management. The practice of benchmarking is included in the work processes key management area, and it is one of the lowest rated practices. Other low rated practices are those related to empowering people. And an example of that is encouraging employees to be innovative and take risks. Future-oriented practices have received low ratings as well, such as making contingency plans for unforeseen events or conducting a capability gap analysis for resources. And lastly, collaborative practices have received low ratings as well. And examples of this are working with others, such as suppliers and partners, to improve work processes or to introduce new products and services. Benefits of this study will really be significant. We'll be making leaders aware of excellence models and encouraging them to start or continue their excellence journey by using the tried and true practices of high-performing organizations. It will provide dashboard results to show the current state of the culture of excellence and the deployment of best management practices. We'll encourage organizations to engage in internal and external benchmarking. And with higher performing organizations in a region, we can realize a stronger local economy, trade, and resident quality of life. We can enable more countries to fully participate in the global economy, and we can build a better world for future generations. These may seem like challenging goals, but I believe if we all work together, we can make these goals a reality. It will be like climbing a ladder, one step at a time, working together and improving with each step until we reach our desired destination. I would like to close by saying how much I appreciate being invited to speak at the Organizational Excellence session today. Thank you once again to Solomon Zakeo for inviting me to present. One day I'd love to visit Tanzania and present in person. But until then, let me leave you with an invitation to work with Solomon and realize this formula for success for your business. And that formula is equal to implement the best management practices of the Organizational Excellence Framework, develop a culture committed to excellence, achieve exceptional results across a balanced system of measurement.